Well, hello and happy Tuesday, October 5th, 2021. What a crazy day it's been already. Amanda had power outage last night and the internet's having funny issues and she got kicked off this morning. So we're sorry about being a little bit late, but we are guilty with an explanation. We got late because there are lots of things going on here. So this is going to be a very interesting program, and I'm going to start with a little bit where we left off with the last program, which is some of you looked at it and you go, "That was intense." Well, we kind of need to be a little bit more. We're not pulling any punches. We need to tell you and warn you and caution you and let you know how to be prepared. We have talked about emergency preparedness on and off, and I'm going to show those clips in just a minute. Some of you, after you watch this broadcast, will need to probably go out there and buy some extra cans of this and extra cans of that, which I'll talk about in a minute. I watched a program last night on YouTube. I go through YouTube and see what information that is helpful to me. And this was not a prophetic or maybe not even a Christian site. And there was a guy on it, and he was saying, "We've told you this day was coming. This was planned both by the deep state and the good guys. And we told you this was going to happen, and the power's out." And he goes, "If you're out there and you don't have any backup supplies, I don't know what to tell you." I just shut him off. I'll tell you what, I know what to tell you. It's not too late. The grocery stores are still open. But the way things are going, let's do this. Let's show the container ship situation. Maybe first the wide shot of all the ships from kind of a satellite position, Jeff. Those are container ships. Those are ships that on any one of those are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and the numbers are a little bit squeaky, but let's do this. Let's show the big, those are all in line trying to get to port in Los Angeles. They're full of goods. Let's show just one container ship. That's one container ship. And there are somewhere between 100 and 154, some say 70, but somewhere between, 70 and 100 container ships. Each container ship, we were doing this research before the show. Well, no, let's do it this way. Out of 70 ships, they did it. The news reported that there were 70 of these ships out there, and that totaled 432,000 containers. One of those containers, people sometimes use those for a house. They'll take those and they'll put in rooms and things. These are massive containers. And, excuse me. And they have things like toilet paper, food, supplies, toiletries, medicine. We don't know what's in those ships. God knows what's in them, but we don't know what's in them. But that's why we're talking about emergency preparedness, and why after the show you probably better run out and get your TP. We have heard that Costco is limiting numbers of TP right now. And we did just like a couple days ago, I ordered some canned soup with, the chunky kind with lots of fillings in it. And so you order things like baked beans, things that you can open and even eat cold and they'd still be safe and in case your power goes out. But these are kind of intense times. And let's do this. Let's go ahead and throw up the first word that we published on the Elijahs that we wanted to show you. This was we showed this on February of this year. I'll read it from Hank. It says, and he gave the word on September of 2019. So it's been a couple of years. He said, "And there shall be great power outage, and for a season, within a day, it shall be dark. And this shall grip the hearts of men, and they shall be afraid." God says, "But when the lights come on, rejoice in that day, for those that sat in darkness in this region and the place of early settlement shall see a great light, and it shall be a natural sign of an awakening that I have brought, and I am doing upon this land." I don't know what early settlements. I mean, we were early settlements in this land, so it may well be about that. Then the next one is, pulled up that word, September 20 of 2019. Hank had this word. We also showed you this in February. "Watch as it manifests across the earth, power outages, and this shall cause men to fear." Why do you fear? God says, "There shall be restoration of light, and when the power switch comes back on, pay attention to the places, for this shall be a unique sign to show that the awakening that I'm bringing is greater than the agenda of hell that has been against the people of this planet." Okay, now we have one more word for you. And this one Hank had on January 14, and that was also, we gave you that in February 17. Did we read that one already? Okay, well, anyway, I'll read it. For there shall be power outages in unique places. Do not fear when this takes place. For God says, when the light comes back, you shall see these places. You shall see in those places there shall be those that sat in darkness that shall see a light of a different kind, for they shall be awakened. And I know we had something of Charlie Shamp, but I don't know if it made that to this program. But Charlie Shamp has been telling us for the better part of a year to be sure and be prepared. So, if I were you, I would. My wife and I made sure we got to the bank and we have cash on hand that we put in a safe. And so, if there were 10 days, some people have been saying all year that we're going to have 10 days of outage, 10 days of darkness, they call it. There are power struggles in the spirit and in the political realm. There's the deep state coming against the white hats, the good guys, and Trump and all of that. And things that are happening like yesterday with Facebook is very likely not a coincidence. Someone took that down. And the first rumors were there was a rumor that someone said 13 Chinese college students took Facebook down. I don't think so. I think God using the good guys probably is giving us a wake-up call and giving Facebook a wake-up call. That's just my opinion. It's not a word of the Lord. But I would suspect that this week we'll see more outages. I've been wondering when this day would arrive, and it does seem to have arrived. So type your questions in there. If there's anything that someone sees that they really think we should answer, you can type it in my screen. But let's bring Amanda on.